So, I was really in the mood to watch some anime and cartoons the last month, but to be truly honest with you guys, I don't really know a lot of good series to watch right now. So, if I'm planning to watch something, I might as well watch something that I would actually like, that I would really enjoy, so I won't feel like I wasted my fucking time. So I figured might as well watch the anime that I recently watched and I truly enjoyed, which is Cyberpunk 2077 Edge Runners. I'm gonna be honest, my mind wasn't fully focused while I was watching it for the first time. I am very sorry, but for a good reason, I was very inspired to make some illustration of Lucy. Well, what did you know, huh? What what did you expect? So it wasn't really that bad, right? So I was focused on doing some illustration. So some of the parts episode of is a bit blurry and a bit confusing with me, especially when around the time where Maine and David is talking with each other, and then there's a weird back and forth between them and Lucy and David running, and now that I watch it again, it's really just it's literally just a flashback during during their time working out, I guess. So it's not really that confusing. And another thing was the part where Lucy and Kiwi is talking to each other as well. Turns out there is actually a reason why they are repeating some words they're saying. They were trying to imitate the internet connection. They said, I'm not really sure why they didn't just do a sound effects of a glitchy effect, because it didn't really turn out that well. But yeah, I was just really confused around that time. But now that I know why, it's not as, like I say, it's not as confusing as before. And there are a lot of story beats that I didn't really figure out when I watch it for the first time. And my God, there is a part of me which is regretting the fact that I watched it for the second time, and there is a part of me that also is happy that I does that even make sense? That is happy that I watched it again, because the second time I watched the series, I truly understand the entire thing. And my God, it hurts a lot. I When I first watched it, it already hurt me. The second time I watched it, it hurt even more. Because now I truly know where David got his fucking hand implants. I thought David was just went to his Reaper dog and asked for that hand, but it turns out Maine actually told David that he can get his hands implant if for some reason he died, and he did. Um, with cyber psychosis. So it hurt a lot more. And also the part where Lucy and David started to stray further away from each other. I didn't really understand why. It turns out Lucy also found out something when they were trying to investigate Arasaka. It turns out David is in the list of a subject that they're trying to get. That's why Lucy decided to become that yandere girlfriend that everybody wanted, but in reality, no one would ever want. But yeah, it's now that I know the whole story, you know. Nothing is missing. The entire puzzle is in my head now. All of the events, all of the interaction they have hurts a lot more. I know I'm exaggerating because again this is just a series, but well, it is what it is. It fucking hurts. The feeling in general is just shitty. I don't want to feel hurt, okay? But also, now that I know the entire storyline, right? Now that I know all of the things that happened, you can't help but get mad at David, right? Because there are times where there was a chance to make everything okay, to make everything right, to fix everything, or at least lessen the impact of what's about to come. He got two chances of making things right, but I guess he was just way too deep in this shit that he can't turn back anymore. And there's also a side of me that is very sympathetic towards David because all of the things, all of the events, the people and the environment or the people he interacts with conditioned him to think that he's that person, he's that dude, that he's different from every other else, that he's the very first legend that will be able to tell his tales. It turns out it's not. Deep down, we all know he knows as well that it's way too deep in this mess that he can never turn back. And all of the ambitions, all of the hope, all of the dreams that was put into him takes a toll in his fucking mind. It's very hard, right? It's also hard because I already watched the ending. I already know the ending, right? But every time, I feel like every time you watch it, you can't just help but feel like yeah, I hope there are chances to change something, even though it's already set in stone. Even though you already know the ending, you still hope that you can change something. It reminded me of the same feeling of helplessness that I felt when I was just a kid, when I was just stupid young kid that didn't know the feeling of losing someone or losing someone important to them. You know, I was just a happy dumbass kid that just wants to play outside, and I stumble upon Final Fantasy Crisis Core. I know it's a game, but hear me out. It's the very first time that I felt helpless. It has happened in the very last part of the Crisis Core. If you guys don't know, there were a last. The last part is you're in the last part. You are forced to fight a fuck ton of soldiers, and me being a dumbass kid, I didn't know that I can't do anything about it. I thought all I need to do is kill all of them and everything will be fine. But well, what do you know? They just keep coming back with that. They just keep spawning and spawning and spawning, and there was no end to them. And that was the very first time all of the parts in my brain that was locked suddenly opened, and everything. I there was this moment where I felt like, oh, okay, I think I can't do anything at all. What the fuck? Wait, he's going to die? Really? But what? Why? Why am I fighting all those soldiers for? I thought I could do something. I thought I only need to kill all of them and everything will be fine. And it hurts, man. It fucking hurts. I know all of the experience that sharing with you guys all came out from games, but life is a weird thing. Uh, you get some special times in the most unexpected things, right? So I was really, really helpless at the time. That was the very first time that I cried my balls out from a fucking game. And the same feeling, it's the same feeling that I have this anime. Now I'm very scared that I might have put myself in a position where I would keep coming back and I would keep hurting myself. Okay, I and here's the thing. Okay, I don't want to watch something. I don't want to watch something that I like, but I always have face the fact that I wouldn't like the ending, right? I don't want to go back and rewatch an anime that I truly like and I would end up feeling empty at the end. It just fucking sucks, right? It's like a fucking drugs that you can't remove or you can't avoid having, but you know deep down that you're just going to feel empty and you're going to feel hurt at the end. The moment that clarity hits you after you what? After you eat those I don't know, what do you do with drugs? Do you eat them? Do you inhale them? I don't know. But my point still stands that you're the moment clarity hits you, I guess, you will just feel empty at the end. That's why I'm very scared that every time that I want to rewatch this anime, I'm just going to feel like I don't have anything to fill the void because I can't do anything to change it as well, right? I can do anything to change something that was already set in stone. It just fucking sucks. And I know the anime didn't really portray how dark Lucy's situation is, but imagine the amount of agony she's feeling when, obviously it doesn't really show, but deep, you know for a fact that every fucking day is a living hell for Lucy now. Sure, she can move on, but the fact that she's the only one that was able to survive that day will always hunt her till the day she dies. And it's fucking dark. It's fucking scary to think that the underlying that they weren't properly shown in the ending is pretty fucking dark. And I know a lot of people knows that as well. The feeling of losing someone and you can't do anything about it anymore. Right? All you can do is move on and live your life, but it will always haunt you. It the feeling of agony will always haunt you for the rest of your life.